Welcome back, my lovelies. Oof, yesterday was rough. we got our butts kicked. It's 18 seconds. I'll wait for the minute before I Marif, no! He kind of did open himself up to, you know, the attack, though. It's kind of his fault. You know? Conrad! Nago is still alive. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that they don't shy away from, like, the themes of war and what actually happens. This is... He's dead, isn't he? Yeah, he kind of got sliced in half. Mefrid was a warrior. Always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 malms so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades love him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in the quarry mill away because he thought they would fight for him and not the cause? Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be the leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive. Not an old fool who's all used up. There is no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Oh, my nail got chipped. Oh well. Who stands, who falls. In the heat of battle, we can but do our best as he did. Mefrid will be sorely missed, aye, but because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not, and they need us, now more than ever. Aye, that'll do. Forgive me, I had high hopes for him is all. Well... Can't save everybody, especially in war. Alright, Pippin. It's okay, Stola. We'll be back. I think one of my favorite parts is when after Asmund did this part, someone dressed as Gundo Bold, like, the cosplaying as Gundo Bold, because Asmund actually liked him. They found him, you know, dead body, like a dead body, just kind of scattered through the dead. He's like, oh no! And then he just kind of, you know, he's like, oh. And then he made it to, you know, that cutscene. While he was in the cutscene, he decided to jump on one of the beds and just kind of sit there, like, as if he was all wounded. He's like, oh no, actually, oh, wait, never mind. It was so good. It was funny. I know me explaining it just kind of makes it not as funny. Like, you'd have to actually watch it. But it was great. Medical supplies. Yustola and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by her side the entire time. Thank you, Kryl. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish. Then let us set forth. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allow. To Castrum Oriens. Alright. We should be getting close to the first dungeon, so I'm going to... This episode might run just a pinch longer than normal. Might, I say. Not guaranteed. It might be shorter, might be longer, we'll see. If I remember correctly, we're coming up on the first dungeon. Yeah. Yeah, this is war. This is war. Alright, we gotta go to, So this episode is either going to be significantly shorter or just a pinch longer. But let's go to the Castrum. Alright, here we are. There should be a Blue Plus quest after this too. It's for the other, Kryle is with Y'shtola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryle says she's through the worst. Good. Given the severity of her wounds, I would say so. We could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen when the Skull Commander cut down Mefrid. A single blow, that was it. I will say it again, he opened himself up to that attack. It was his fault. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. Gods help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Oh, Lise. Yeah. Alright.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
Yeah.
I can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included.
Thanks, Lise.
God help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Lise, I'm going to punch you in the knee.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
We take the fight to Doma.
Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
Yeah?
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Yeah.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
Hey, like, let's go. Do 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 do. Let me grab this while I'm here. Nope. Forgot to talk to the twins. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause for hope, or cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is, but before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during the critical period. Moreover, as Y'shtola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue addressed. I love you, Kryl. You know, Elfinode, it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arnvold and the others? Yes, Elfinode, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, I would not dream of it. Right then. Sister, Neve, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa Luminsa. Dun, dun, dun. Heck yeah. Alright, so let's get this Blue Plus quest out of the way. It's literally just talking to a couple people. I'm gonna skip the cutscene. Just I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, so it might be shorter than expected. Oop. I really need to, you know, put some color on coffee, but I'm not exactly sure what color I want to make her. Oh, look, some mountain grizzlies. Uh-oh. Alright, we have to go down here. Whole reason why I'm doing this now is I don't really want it sitting in my journal until we come back. Because it's obvious we come back. I should have waited for my buff. Excuse me. You're being rather rude. Ooh, ah! Alright, let's aid you. Don't care. Alright, cool. Let's go to Limsa. I know, it's one of those, like, how dare you not watch the cutscene of the side quest? It's like, okay. Where are you? You are... Oh, you're over there. Okay. Let's heckin' go! Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merriwib lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You are right, it is as much as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail as a Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice, which leaves us with only one other option. Ah, speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvalian, Carvalian of the Kraken's Arms. Oh, it's this douche. Okay. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement? No. We are still going. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. Ah, but where was I? Oh, yes, Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from the gods-fearing merchants out of the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within limits of the law, as set forth by the indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. Okay, I'm not. I see considerable risk in aiding your care and negligible profit. Well, I for one think the captain has a point. The five seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate souls have come to come to grief out on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragical tale of how the heir of the house Durendir vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Ah! Truly a tragedy for the ages and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for the departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Tataru has dirt on like everybody, so don't mess with her. Alright. Have for evidence toll. Right, cool. Lise, there you are. Why are you going to the House of Splendor? I was only half paying attention when she was talking. Okay. We're going to Doma. There you are. Boop. I jump on the table. I do what I want. I have a permit. All it is just a piece of paper that says I do what I want. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Alright, Lise. Where are you? I'm probably not gonna change my hairstyle, I'll be honest. I like this hairstyle on my Lala. Oh, yeah, she's outside. Not worth it. Not yet. Alright, back to Limsa. That one hurt a little. Board the misery. Oh hey, Uber Danger.
12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Urianger, tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Hell yeah.
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
All right, let's
It
go.
would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
Yay! Set off. We'll be getting our first dungeon.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Okay, sure. Get to take a nap. Speaking of nap.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under
no.
normal circumstances.
Thank you.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, let's we should get this taken care of. Everything's so still, so quiet. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No, as the men said... Oh, my goodness. Despite the absence of wind and current, the misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the ceruleum engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on the knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things. I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Sea wolf superstition and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things, which he is reticent to name, are the souls of the deceased women said to lure sailors to their death. Preposterous. Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such? For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse: to let the current take us with where it will and deal with whatever we find there. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alpha Note is so scared. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you, girl. Once we arrive at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth to deal with the cause of trouble. Then it is settled. I know not what await us, but it will rue the day it reels us in. Yeah? Siren songs. Yeah. Alright, my lovelies. Like, comment, subscribe if you so choose to, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!